Hello and welcome. Okay, shh. Excuse me. Hello. We're just waiting for a couple of classes to still come in and enter and take a seat, and then we'll be ready to start our first performance. I just want to set you up a little bit about what to expect. We have 3 performances for you this year. However, we may be doing an encore performance at the end of period 8. Just so that we'll have 2 performances, period 7, and 2 performances, period 8. Just so you know, the students have only had about 18, 19 days to pull off this amazing feat of preparing for the Festival of Dionysia. The festival has its origins back in ancient Greece, where the men would come together in honor of the god Dionysia and worship literally wine and poetry. And the greatest dramatists would bring their plays to the festival and perform. And when you think about it, it was probably their only form of entertainment at the time. And while very few of the plays have survived in their entirety, a lot of the myths remain. And you know because you read some of them in your English classes or have had those myths in your elementary or middle school days. And so the kids have picked their own myths. They've created their own scripts. They've gone from research to the stage in 18 days. They're responsible for blocking, learning their lines, gathering their props, adding some humor, of course, and some music, and bringing the plays to life for you. So I hope that you do reward them, as I will, for their performance today.
The myth of Echo and Narcissus. Zeus, the god of all gods, was married to Hera, the goddess of marriage and childbirth. Zeus was very popular with the ladies and was notorious for being unfaithful to his wife.
Hello there, my beautiful wife.
Oh, hello, my cheating husband.
Really, this is the way you're going to talk to me. Don't make me cause a lightning storm.
You think you're all that, don't you? Too bad you have a small lightning bolt.
I don't need this right now. I'm going for a walk in the forest.
Going to flirt with some of your nymphs, huh?
Flirt with nymphs? Me? Really? Come on, why would I flirt with nymphs when I have such a beautiful wife?
Perhaps you're right. Go for your walk. Make sure you're home for dinner.
And off Zeus goes to Earth, while Hera begins to devise a plan to spy on him.
Zeus cannot be trusted even if he is my husband. I must go to the woods as well and keep a close eye on him.
Meanwhile at the Nymph Club,
look at all this money I racked up tonight, Nymph.
Oh, Nymph, you are crazy. I saw what you did to that last warrior.
Yeah, I made that soldier make it hail all over me.
How'd you manage to do that?
I'll tell you how. First you gotta shake that tail and you gotta wiggle that chest.
Oh, okay, I got you so like this.
No. Oh my God, no, like this. Get it?
a beautiful, pleasant mountain nymph. While she was lovely, she was known to be a chatterbox and always wanted to have the last word.
Whoa! That's very, very inappropriate. And if your mother saw this, they would totally be disappointed. And yeah, nobody is ever going to fall in love with nymphs like you. Love is supposed to be beautiful and pure, like a white rose in the morning dew. And yeah, you guys are just a disgrace to womanhood.
Excuse me, I'm a gruff nymph, and I've been had since I was raised in South Mountain.
Yeah, and just because you're from Northside Mountain out, Catherion don't mean nothing to us. Southside, stand up!
Oh my God, will I ever hashtag blast?
Oh my God, ladies, I'm just looking for a good time, no escape from the missus.
No, I'll make you forget all about that Hera chick.
Oh, come on, Zeus, I'll do anything. I just want to please you.
Settle down, loving me for the moment, okay? So what do you say we get out of here and take a trip to the clouds, have ourselves a good time?
Okay.
As Zeus and the nymphs are just about to chill, Echo sees Hera walk in, looking around for Zeus.
Hey, look, it's Hera.
Oh, that's my wife. Distract her while me and my friends here go have a little fun.
She does as Zeus requests, as talking endlessly is Echo's gift.
I could have sworn I heard my husband's voice. I knew he'd be here. Echo, I know you know what she is.
Good morning, Hera. Oh my gosh, did I mention you look so blind not to see your beauty, but it isn't just like superficial beauty, like on the surface, you know? You have a beautiful heart, too.
What feels like hours later, Hera realizes it is almost dark.
Hey, Echo, I've had a really good time chatting with you, but it's getting late and I can't find my husband. I should be getting home to wait for him there.
Woo! Time flies when you're having fun, huh, baby?
I don't know what happened, but that was great.
I'll see you guys. Get back to the mission.
Oh, okay. I've had a great time talking to you, too. We should totally do this again sometime. You are such a genuinely cool person. Okay, bye!
Hera arrives back to Mount Olympus to wait for Zeus. She is sitting patiently in her throne as Zeus walks in.
Woo! Crazy times down on Earth.
So, where have you been, honey? It's the middle of the night. What have you been up to?
Someone was there. But I was down on Earth. The nymphs, you know, it was pretty crazy.
Uh-huh.
Zeus had drunkenly admitted to his infidelity, and Hera had had enough. However, since she knew she could not take on the god of all gods alone, she fixated her rage on poor little Echo.
Echo!
Hi, Hera. How are you today?
Stop. Because of your endless chatter, you distracted me from finding Zeus before you cheated. Now, thanks to you, he fooled around with the nymphs. I shall now take the voice you cherish so much, and now you will forever be replying to others' words. You will only have the last word.
Last word.
Echo was devastated by the loss of her voice. For all the days after her curse, she lay hidden in the woods, all alone. One day, a man named Narcissus was out hunting in the woods. He seized a deer and proceeded to kill it.
Hey-ho! We feasting tonight! I'm the best. They should make a show about me. They should call it Narcissus World.
Unseen in the woods, Echo admires Narcissus from afar. Narcissus is a beautiful but egotistical man who is well aware of his flawless appearance. Instantly, she falls in love with him and his beauty. However, since she cannot speak to him first, she just follows him around. She desperately wants to approach him and address him, but sadly, it was not in her power. Narcissus heard Echo's footsteps and looked around, curious.
Who's that?
There.
What the hell was that?
How was that?
Come on, let us join together.
Let's join together.
Whoa, 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 hands off. I would rather die than you touch me. You know who I am? I'm the best.
Echo's attempts to win over Narcissus were in vain. He left her, and she went to hide her embarrassment in the solitude of the woods. Narcissus had not only harshly rejected Echo, but had shown cruelty to other nymphs as well.
Oh my god, Narcissus? Oh, you are so hot, like fire, baby.
Fire too, cold fire, not even fire, ice, really cold ice. Get the hell away from me. Good riddance.
Hey, Nars, hi. Let me be straight up with you. You're beautiful, and I'm beautiful. So why don't we hang out on Narcissus World together sometime?
Well, if you gotta shut that down, then I'm shutting this down. Get the hell out of here.
Sure?
One day, a maiden came to Narcissus and tried in vain to attract him. She uttered a prayer, wishing that Narcissus might feel what it is like to love and meet no return of affection. The goddess Artemis heard her prayer and granted it.
What a lovely river to quench my thirst.
Narcissus is entranced by his reflection, believing it to be a beautiful water spirit living in the river. He continues to gaze at and admire his beautiful, youthful face, bright eyes, and flawless glow. He fell in love with himself. He embraced the river and brought his lips to its reflection to kiss it. To his dismay, the beautiful image disintegrated at his touch, but then regained focus after another moment.
Why, beautiful spirit, do you shun me? My affection is longed for by all nymphs. But you? What is it about me that repels you?
Narcissus begins to tear up as he becomes overwhelmed with his longing for the return of affection and feels the sting of unrequited love. His tears distort the image again. As he sees it disappear, he begs,
Stay, I entreat you. If I may not touch your flawless face, at least let me gaze upon you.
Narcissus consumed himself with his reflection until his color faded and the beauty that had formerly charmed Echo was burnt out. He pined away and died.
That's it. Bring that bum here, boy.
Echo rushes to the edge of the river and begins to cry as she sees Narcissus floating lifeless atop the river. Echo wanted to prepare a funeral pile for Narcissus and burn his body, but it was nowhere to be found. In place of his body was a purple flower with a white center. It bears his name and preserves the memory of the beautiful, yet vain Narcissus. Devastated from the death of Narcissus, Echo retreats to hiding. Hope had escaped her, and her voice was forever limited to the words of others. Others who would never understand her, never hear her, never love her. Echo was forced to live a life alone, and her slow, lonely, tragic death was forever unknown.
Shout out to the booth, thank you so much. And thank you, Miss Mallory. We love you. Thank you, Mom.
story of Persephone. Her story begins while picking flowers for her lovely mother and goddess of the harvest, Demeter. Persephone was Demeter's only child, and like her mother, she was kind and caring and had a happy nature. Zeus and Demeter watched Persephone from Mount Olympus, but Hades, the god of the underworld, also watched and admired her beauty.
Man, I'd pick that flower.
But whenever Hades asked Demeter if he could have Persephone, she rejected his offer.
Hey, Demeter, can I marry your daughter?
What did you just ask me? What did you just ask me? Absolutely not. I would never let her marry a god like you.
So Hades conspired with Zeus to take Persephone, and Hermes, the messenger god, brought the two together.
Hermes, go get Hades. I need to talk to him.
Gosh, you're so needy. Any other requests?
No, just go grab him. Jeez.
Hades, Zeus would like to see you in his office.
All right, I guess. I might have to let over now. Hey, what's up, bro?
I need to talk to you about Persephone.
Oh, can I marry her?
No, not unless I don't see it.
What does that mean?
I'll turn a blind eye.
Does that mean yes?
Just do it.
And so Hades began to plan how he would capture Persephone and make her his queen. While back in the meadow, Persephone spots the beautiful narcissus flower. She picks it up and gives it to her lovely mother, Demeter. But the ground began to shake as Hades came up from the underworld to take Persephone away.
Hey, Persephone, why don't you come with me to the underworld?
As Persephone began to walk away from Hades, she suddenly spots a trail of beautiful flowers. She begins to pick them up and ends up following Hades to the underworld.
Stephanie! Stephanie! Where could that girl have gone? Zeus, did you see anything?
Not a thing.
I have to find her. I'll do whatever it takes. Stephanie! Stephanie!
Meanwhile, in the underworld, Hades and Persephone were trying to have a conversation.
Hey, how do you like my man cave down here? You know, it's pretty nice. You got the burning souls of the damned in the background and hold on, I don't know if he's dead or not. Alright, now looks like we're good. So, I have something to tell you.
But having spent so much time in the underworld and away from others, Hades didn't know how to confess his love for Persephone.
I love?
What was that?
I love you!
Oh.
Persephone attempted to escape, but Hades was determined to win his bride one way or the other.
Baby, come back! I have some gifts here if you want them, you know? They're all for you.
Oh, you should have come.
No. They're all for you here.
Oh, well, if you insist.
Well, one has a pot, there's a dozen flowers, you know, some togas. It's a pretty nice spirit, you know? Some other stuff, too. Oh, well, why don't you sit down here, you know, have some food or something. I don't want you to be tortured down here or anything. Oh, well, why don't you just, you know, they're there if you need them. And so am I.
And so Persephone stayed in the underworld, showered by the lovely gifts Hades gave her.
As Hades and Persephone were exchanging gifts in the underworld, Demeter wandered hopelessly for 9 days, searching for her beloved daughter. But on the 10th day, Zeus came to see her.
Demeter, what are you doing?
I'm looking for Persephone, Zeus.
Didn't you know? Hades took her into the underworld to be his queen.
Wait, what?
She's there forever. She's his queen now.
And you just let this happen?
Not necessarily. You see, I was directly involved.
You were involved, Zeus!
Not directly.
Ugh, this is pointless. What can I do to get Stephanie back?
As far as I know, you can't do anything.
Fine, I won't let the talk about.
Find us.
Demeter kept kept her word. She neglected all of her godly duties and disguised herself as an old woman and hid in the small town of Elysius. But being the god of the harvest, her absence caused the plants on earth to wilt and die. But she soon encounters a queen.
You look horrible. Do you need some help, old lady? Oh no, I'm fine. I just left my daughter and all. Nothing big though. Are you sure? Do you want to come back to my palace? I'd rather no. Let's go. Here we are. Oh, it's lovely. Is something wrong? No, I miss my daughter is all. Unfortunate, sad. But I have a son. Can you please take care of him? Well, I have nothing better to do. Where's the child? Child somewhere. There he is. Oh wait, I forgot something. I'll be right back. After this motion, I'm not going to be a strong mortal. He's got nothing better for him. Oh right, I was saying, where's my son? He's in the fireplace. In the fireplace? Yeah. Take him out. I'm making him immortal. Get out right now. I'm a goddess. I don't need to take this kind of abuse.
After the queen kicked her out, Demeter returned to Mount Olympus, but Zeus was growing tired of her.
Yes! What? Get Persephone back!
What's wrong with you? You're letting everything die.
Get Persephone back!
Fine. Hermes,
At your service.
go get Persephone.
So Hermes went down to the underworld to fetch Persephone.
Persephone, it's time to go home.
Hey, hold on, bro. I was gonna marry her, man.
She's not interested.
But like, no.
Let's go, Persephone. Let's go home.
And so ultimately, Hades did not succeed in getting the girl.
I guess I'm just all alone again down here.
Back on Mount Olympus, Demeter was finally reunited with her daughter.
Oh my baby! Why did you run off? What's wrong with you? And this face of yours?
It's not a face, Mom. It's who I am.
Say what you will. At least I know you're not stupid enough to take any food from Hades.
Oh, but I did.
I just brought you back, and now you can go back to the underworld. You, can't you do anything?
Sorry.
She's your daughter, too!
Sorry, Jake can't do anything for her. She has to live in the underworld now.
You control everything. You can do whatever you want.
Nope. Zero. Nothing.
Nada.
Nothing. Every second story, no way, no how.
Fine. No more plans for anyone.
Although Zeus seemed stubborn, he actually did not want Demeter to leave Olympus again, so he proposed a compromise that would satisfy everyone.
I have an idea.
And so, Zeus decreed that since Persephone ate 4 red chocolates, that she had to stay in the underworld for 4 months. During that time, the leaves would sleep and account for fallen weight. The other months she remained in the mortal world with her mother, and the trees would awaken and account for spring and summer. And that, children, is how the seasons were created. The end.
This is the story of Atalanta. Her father, Dionysus, upon discovering she was a girl, cast her into the woods of Arcadia.
Oh, my son, my manly son. How fortunate and relieved I am to have a son to hunt with, to race with. Oh, how good it is to be a father. Let me breathe in that fresh smell of fatherhood. Holy Zeus, gods, goddesses, mortals, all on earth at the exact same time. What is that awful smell? Wait. Is it the sweater? No worse than usual. Where is it coming from? Oh. Like father, like son. Let me change your diaper. My son of a Baskin Robbins, it's a girl. It's a girl. I didn't want a girl. There. Loose. I can't do this. Why are you still here?
He thought she would die of exposure, but what he did not expect was that a unibear would come along and eat. I mean, save the baby girl.
Wait, hold on. I don't think that's fair.
She was named Atalanta. The unibear raised Atalanta among the creatures of the wilderness. She was not that good at first. But eventually she became incredibly strong and fast. One day, Atalanta was eating her prey when two hunters came by. Eventually, they realized, hey, she's not an animal.
Hey, she's not an animal.
The hunters thought maybe we should take her in.
Maybe we should take her in. You there, you're not an animal. You're a human.
Well, you're right. I'm a strong, independent woman who don't need no dang thing.
The hunters taught her how to fight. Atalanta also scored tournaments. They should keep her for dinner. Over a few years, Atalanta explored the continent. She traveled with a group of heroes known as the Argonauts. They went on many adventures, and she battled the Colchians. During the funeral games of Myrmidonian king Peleus, she beat the great fighter and heir to the kingdom, Peleus, in a wrestling match. Malacros, a great hero from Etolia, gathers hunters, including Atalanta, to fight the unicorn of Caledonia. Atalanta is the first one to hit the unicorn. And then, oh my god, that's her dad. Let's see if she can work out her daddy issues.
Hey, you're pretty sister slamming. You're my daughter, right?
You're my dad? Hey, remember that time you threw me out into the woods and left me to die?
Don't talk back to your father. You're too young to understand. You wait till you get older.
But Daddy!
No buts. I swear I will think of a way to punish you.
Dad decided to reclaim her, and they skedaddled off into the kingdom.
Okay, Atalanta, here's the dealio. You have to get married.
But
No buts, young lady. You want to get married, and that's that.
But remember, Atalanta pledged her virginity to Artemis, so she's not feeling so hot about this whole marriage thing.
fine. But under one condition. Anyone who wishes to marry me must beat me in a race. And if I win,
Fine.
Men from all around the world ventured to test their skills against Atalanta, hoping to win her hand in marriage.
Oh my God! Oh my God! This is real! This is real!
However, all failed. Well, except for this one dude.
Aphrodite! Please help me marry Atalanta. I'm Hippomenes, and I know I can't beat her in a race, but I just really need her.
I have a plan. Take these three completely natural golden apples,
Ah, nice! Cool, thanks, bro.
no problem. But if you forget to give thanks and praise, I will punish you.
I got you. Don't worry.
No, and you will regret it. I know where you live, and I've seen where you sleep. I will send down a plague of locusts. Your mother will cry when she sees what I've done to you. I will ruin you!
Hippomenes went to Atalanta and challenged her to the race.
Hey, you! Let's battle!
Let's go!
Hey, Atalanta, Shane, look! Hey, Atalanta, distraction! Hey, Atalanta, Anna, wait, look over there. I win! Yeah! Now, you need to marry me. Give me a minute. All right. It's just so beautiful.
Thusly, Atalanta and Hippomenes were married.
Oh, get the divorce papers. This is unacceptable. Anyway, let's go.
Aphrodite became angry with the two. Hippomenes had not given thanks to her. So, Aphrodite hatched a plan to punish the two. She led them into the temple of Zeus, where funny business ensued.
Funny. Ow! Hey, what the arms say to the family?
What?
I don't know. Aren't you glad I didn't say?
Hold on! I am Zeus, supreme ruler of the universe and other such. How dare you defile my temple by not honoring the gods for their generosity in allowing you to wed? As punishment, I shall turn you both into lions.
No!
And so, the two were forced to live out the rest of their lives as lions, hunting together forever.
Yeah!
Awesome work, guys. That's 18 days from research to the stage.